Hello and welcome back to our video. And by the way, before we continue with our other topics, I just want to clarify a few things in regards to the previous video, and most specifically in regards to the odd and even checking. Alright, so to set up everything, so let's just clear our codes here, and let me just re-explain how checking of if and block statements works. Alright, so in the previous video I have written the formula here, and I wrote here the division operators, right? So I got it mistakenly, so the appropriate one to use is the modulo operator, by the way. Alright, so the modulo operator is going to check the remainder of any given operands. So let's say, for example, if you have the given number 5 and you use the modulo operator 2, that means we will get the output result is number 1. That is because if we are to divide 5 with 2, how many 2s in a 5? So there will be 2 2s, right? And there will be a single remainder that is not a 2 but a 1, of course. So, and that numerical number 1 is what we call a modulo, which is the remainder, right? So in our language, in Bisaya, we call it bungkig. Alright, so to show it, let's just create here our literal example. So let's say, for example, numerical number 5 and the modulo 2, and let's click play or run. So we got 5. Alright, so the modulo of number 5 is modulo of number 5, I mean 5 modulo number 2, then we got 1 as our output. Alright, so how about 9? So here we get 1 as well, because there will be 4 sets of number 2, right? If you are to look at it as a whole, so there will be 4 sets of number 2 within 9 numbers, or 9 entities, or 9 individuals. So there will always be a remainder 1 if we are to modulo it with number 2, and that is how we check if the number is uneven or not. Alright, so if it is even, then that means there will be no remainder if we use the modulo operator, and if there will be a remainder, then that means the number is an odd number. Alright, so one example once again, let's write our condition. So if it happens that the number, my number is we modulo it with 2, and if it equates to 0, that means there will be no remainder, then that means the number is even. Right, so if it's not even, then the number, let's just to avoid confusion, let's just write it inside the else block. Else on the print line, and then odd. Alright, so our identifier here is non-existent, so let's declare it. Right, so since we have imported scanner already, so let's give the prompt system.out.println, enter a number, and then we use here int my number and assign console, by the way, and we forgot to create the object of our scanner class. So let's create the object of our scanner class. Console equals new scanner system.in, and there you have it. So let's check our output. Enter a number, so we got 6. 6 is an even number, right? It's even. And with 5 is an odd number, because if we are to divide it, number 5 is not divisible by number 2, by the way. So if you are to divide it multiple times, you will always get a remainder, right? So 5 is an odd number. So I just hope it's not confusing, and somehow I cleared some confusion in regards to the previous video. And once again, thank you so much for staying here with me, and see you to the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye for now.